not trying to sell you a used car or get you to click on something. Today could be the day that everything changes in the crypto space. This is going to be one of the most important things to pay attention to in crypto, and it also has a lot to do with Ripple and XRP. We're going to talk about these exact things. But first, I want to quickly say that you should join the free Discord channel listed below if you haven't already. There are now more than 12,000 more members, and there's a lot going on inside. It has a lot of great conversations, and it's free. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get started. We are still interested in the ESC Gov's Ripple case because James K. Flynn gave us new information about it. The case is still going on, and yes, there was a short delay. We have CCAV versus Ripple XRP, and both sides have asked the Second Circuit to keep the appeals on hold until the CC Gov files a status report by August 15th. This means we have to wait until August 15th, which doesn't really surprise me. It looks like this will keep the drug out for a little while longer. Having said that, I think we're pretty much there. This case is pretty much over. I think we just need to wait for the official word, which we've already gotten from Harlan Garlinghouse. It's annoying that this case isn't ending like every other C case where either ended or the parties came to an agreement. But we have to get through this. It's just going to take longer than planned. It's terrible. Let's not worry about delays for now. Let's look at what we know is happening with XRP. I know how bad this is. Let's move on to more interesting things, which we'll do in a moment. First, I'd like to translate this a bit because Eleanor Tourette did it. If you're not sure what this means, please let me know. We have the CC Gov, and Ripple has sent a progress report to the second. As of now, the main thing we're waiting for is the district court's decision. I think we'll get that in the next month or two. It doesn't seem like it will be long before we finally get this over with, but I hope it's sooner rather than later. Okay, enough with that. Let's talk about some cool things going on with XRP. First, the ETF. We now know that ETFs are very, very big. They're one of the main things driving XRP. We have big news on June 18, 2018. Purpose Investments will launch the Purpose XRP ETF on the Toronto Stock Exchange. That's tomorrow after getting final regulatory approval from the AS. The first spot XRP ETF was released by #Thankx and started trading in Brazil in April. This reminds me of that time when I also said that while the CC takes its time, more and more XRP TTF are coming out. This is just one of the things that is making XRP happen. And once we see that a US spot ETF is approved, we'll be ready. Also, pay attention. This is going to be big. There are already 2 XRP spot ETFs that are going to trade live. Now that we think about it, what does it mean that the US or the SSI is taking too long to act on XRP? Still, there are rumors that Solana ETF or even ADA could be approved. I'd like XRP to be approved first, though, since there are already 2 trading live ETFs, and XRP has done better than almost every other top 100 cryptocurrency. What are we really waiting for? The SEC has to catch up, which is really big news. I think that many of these ETF are starting to put pressure on the US market from the inside, and I think that will happen soon. Also, let's securitize for extra safety. And there has been a lot of growth in on-chain banking. The stablecoin supply is up 50% year over year, and the value of tokenized Rubra grew 245 times to $247 billion. 0 cents. 3 out of 5 small businesses now use crypto, which is twice as many as last year. It's been said that 60% of Fortune 500 companies are building on blockchain. There will be clear regulations soon, and Securitize is here to stay. Plan for the future. Besides that, Walter Bloomberg also gave us some important news. Bernstein says that the Stupid Act will be voted on this week in the Senate. If passed, the law would make clear rules for stablecoin producers in the US and stop foreign ones that didn't follow them. Stablecoins could go from being a crypto tool to an important part of internet banking. The main points, there are 3 kinds of issuers: registered businesses, bank subsidiaries, and state qualified groups. As much as possible of the strict reserves must be backed by short-term US Treasury purchases or deposits. You shouldn't think of these as deposits or securities. Instead, non-financial businesses should see them as digital cash. and have to follow all AML rules to the letter. Bernstein believes this is the beginning of the next wave of financial innovation, bringing stablecoins together with capital markets. That's exactly what I meant when I said everything might change today. We just found out that the Senate will vote tomorrow on whether to pass the smart stablecoin bill, which is big news. Today is 4:30 p.m. The bill has one more vote before it goes to the House. This is one of the most important crypto bills ever. Why do we need to concentrate on these safe coins? Someone who uses stable coins like Ripple will really shine once the US market for them opens up. The Genius Act is pretty tight, so this makes sense. Our USD has been moving around a lot, and a lot of people are using it as a guide. Also, keep in mind that RUSD and stable coins, when banks get the go-ahead, more of them will join, which makes institutions not want to open up. This also means that a lot more people will jump into crypto using the rails below, which is how many people start using digital currencies. One of the most important things to remember is that this could be the next big thing in money. It could also become the internet's money train. All the big banks are okay with stable coins. Big news from our friend Bill Haggerty. He says that moving America's payment system into the 21st century. If we want to understand what stable coins are, we must first remember that we are talking about digital money. These are digital cash currencies, also known as CBDCs. I know I've said this before. There is no difference between stable coins and CBDC. It's just a new company. This is just the start, though, at a time when almost everyone is interested in stablecoins. Retail giants like Walmart and Amazon are looking into stablecoin payments because they can make transactions easier and cheaper. But what if I told you that it's not just businesses that are looking into this? We've already talked about how each of these things relate to the fact that it's the biggest bank in the world. The banks are all ready to do this. It was a big deal in January, right? As we know, the CEO of both Bank of America and I think Morgan Stanley has said that their companies are ready to accept crypto payments and get into crypto payments if the government lets them. To make that happen, they want to use safe coins. That's why we're now seeing things like the Genius Act and the Clarity Act. These two are moving quickly and they're getting faster right now. It's getting easier for them because all the big banks are ready to use stable coins.